All right, I'm here, with my man Jimmy Fingers, man. I'm gonna bring him in. We're doing the prison story. He's gonna let you know how easy it is to get into trouble, but how hard it is to get out. All right.
Yeah, man. This is Fingers, man. You know my name, being outcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm incarcerated for racketeering in Rico. 848. Drug kingpin and all that stuff like that, man. And I'm talking to my man Unique. He's giving me a platform so people could get familiar with my voice, get familiar with my struggle and what I've been enduring for the past 20 something years. It's been decades for me, and I came in here while I was young. I was 22 years old, going on 23. Back then they had different laws, draconic laws that was putting away a lot of brothers in the streets. No matter what you was doing, if you got incarcerated, you got a lot of time. So it's easy. It's easy to make the errors and the mistakes to come to prison, but the difficult part is trying to get out. In order for you to get out, you have to have not only a platform, you have to have strong individuals in your corner, people who are willing to work and fight for you, man, because these people, when it comes to the laws that they implement, man, they don't really play with that. You know what I'm saying? They make sure that they bury you alive and throw away the key. So for those out there, who have any misconceptions of what jail or prison is, man, it's a hard life, and when you come into the federal system, it's psychological. There's no physicality in here anymore because, these joints are locked down, there's all type of different adverse effects, especially if you're young and stuff like that, So right now I have different areas that I'm working on in the law. I gave back some of my time already, and I feel that I'm gonna give back some more because I have some good dudes working on my case. They've helped me out, got me some lawyers and everything like that. Unique, is there any specific question you want to ask me in regards to this?
Yeah. What I want you to let the people know so they understand how serious it is, because you mentioned draconian time. How much time are you actually facing? Were you facing, and what did you knock it down to right now so they understand?
Well, at the start, when I first got arrested and everything like that, my case had to go through the Justice Department. I have a 748 number. When you have a 748 number, that's a straight Justice Department because I had a death qualified case. So being that, when you have a death qualified case, they're trying to give you the death penalty. You know what I'm saying? So I did go to trial. I did face a death penalty, but I overcome those obstacles and everything, and I was sentenced to life. So when I got sentenced to life and everything like that, at the time I didn't take it serious. I didn't think that they were actually meant life as in living life, But then when I came in and I seen other brothers who was in before me who had been in for 30, 40 years, I knew the seriousness of what I was facing and the consequences involved in my actions. So now I've chipped away out of it. I knocked off a lot of my sentence, a lot of my time. I got a couple more to go, some obstacles and some hurdles to overcome, but I have good energy and I have a lot of people, like I said, in my corner who recognize my struggle and see it for what it is. After being in for so long, I've changed my outlook on life. You know, when you're being in here every day, all night, away from your family, your loved ones, your kids growing up without you, your family members dying and you're not seeing them, it becomes something different. You start to see a different dynamics in regards to prison and what it recommends and what it exacts a heavy toll on the individual who's doing the time and the family members who have to support him during the course of his incarceration. Unique, you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, how many life sentences are you doing in how many years?
Well, I mean, at the start, I had multiple life sentences in like 300 years. Now it's knocked all the way down. You know what I'm saying? So that was the initial sentence that I was sentenced to. But after years in jail, I had good men like E from DC who worked in my case, knocked it down some. You know what I'm saying? I had other brothers involved, because one thing that I regret was while I was in prison, I never took the time to really understand and work on the law. A lot of brothers before me, they got into that immediately, but not everybody has the knack or
Mm-hmm.
what it takes to even understand law because they're using an antediluvian language, Latin, which is a dead language that we don't understand. So it's hard to comprehend it. And the brothers that did come in here and comprehend it and take it to that level, I respect them because those are the ones who are reaching out and looking back to help brothers like me. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, what did you? How did you feel when they pronounced that sentence on you?
Well, first of all, I felt very, very like when they actually pronounced the sentence, mind you, everything that they alleged that I did, I went to trial for. I challenged it because I mean, in life, you have to be accountable for your actions. I'm accountable for the things I've done. But what the court saddled me with, what they gave me, was unheard of. You understand what I'm saying? They gave me multiple life sentences, but a man only lived one time. You feel me? So once they gave me those multiple life sentences, I understood clearly what it was I was up against. It's the legal system, it's a hydra. And what it does is that it drains people, takes away everything that you have, and you never realize freedom, how precious it is till it's taken from you. So once they sentenced me to that, at first I couldn't even take it in. I couldn't even imagine a man being sentenced to the amount of time they gave me. But you got to understand, being a young black man coming into a system that's majority ran by white officials or whatever it may be, it's difficult to comprehend that type of sentence, until you actually come in it and you have it. A lot of people look down and say, well, he deserved what he got or whatever like that. And I don't knock nobody for what they think, but you got to understand is that we were up against a system that was made and designed to break families apart, to bring brothers in jail because we were chattel, we were warehouse. It's a financial institution that somehow we must try to break it, man, because you got to understand that everything that comes through these federal system, man, is about money now. The BOP is now a big monopoly. It's a corporation, and so that's what it is, man. So I realize that they're warehousing brothers here and young Latino men too. It's not just the blacks, it's all ethnicity that's in here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let me ask you this: what did your first year feel like, knowing that you had 300 years and multiple life sentences? How did you get past that hurdle? How did you adjust to that?
Well, you can't really adjust to it. What you have to do, you become numb to it, because there's no adjustment when your life is taken from you. It's in man's instinctive nature, sin, the survival instinct of man to try to retain and try to regain back his life. You understand what I'm saying? Because when it's taken from you, it's instinctive for you to buck, for you to rebel and everything like that. So when I first got there and I came in, I was actually numb for the first 10 years. I was numb to it. You understand me? Because it was like an impossibility. And then I met brothers and ran into good brothers who were in the same situation as me, who had the same type of charges and everything like that. So for me, it was more a numbness, not only a physical numbness, but a mental numbness. So I raged against the system. I went to war with the system. I started, going through, cutting up, putting in work, and just saying that somebody has to pay for the atrocities that was committed against me. You understand me? So then after 10 years of numbness, I woke up out of a fog and said, you know what, man? All this is going to do is perpetuate and continue until something happens where I'm not going to be able to get back from. Then I had hope. Once you get hope, you start to fight and understand that there's a different realism to life than what we thought it was. You understand what I'm saying? So then I started to fight. I started to feel the struggle. I started to understand what it was I was up against. Once I recognized that and seen it for what it is, I started hanging out with brothers with like mind, that thought like me, that wanted to do the same things I wanted to do. And that's advocate for freedom, to try to break the chains and bondage that hold us confined within this system.
Okay, so once you got yourself together, like, how did you prepare yourself? How did you get together? I mean, what did you do? And tell us why you should be released. What do you have to offer to society if you get released now?
Um, I have a lot to offer to society, because you got to understand that every day I've done in here, and these counted as one, because in here I had to educate myself. I had to experience things that people have never experienced before. I had to learn to mature and to be on a battlefield that didn't take no type of prisoners. So therefore, I have a lot to give to society, especially to the youth out there, because we can change. We as individuals can change. You lock a man up for 30 years, 100 years, it doesn't matter. But the thing about it is that there's still growth and development involved. There's still human beings. You can't look at them as non-entity because society deemed them, not approachable, or society deemed them and labeled them with the narrative and stereotypes of what they do most men in jail. So, I've learned to govern myself. I've taken care of my kids from in here, my nephews. I've raised them to be men. None of them are in the streets. Plus, from my experiences, man, when I come out there, what I want to do is build a platform where people out there in the world know what's going on in the system, man. The taxpayers' money is not being utilized for the things that it's supposed to be used for. We're not being educated. We're not being rehabilitated, because you got to understand, if we all come in here and we do the right thing and be rehabilitated and take the programs, these people won't have no place to come to work. They won't have no jobs. So therefore, the money that they get, they don't put it into the system to try to help brothers. They're making worse of brothers in here to come out into society to be around the people. So I've changed. I'm not the same man I was when I was 20, 22 years old. I've matured. I'm educated. I want to get a platform out there where I'm able to show people what's going on. I want to expose it. I want to talk to the youth about coming to jail and being incarcerated, about the things they're doing out there that they think is trending or cool. At the end of the day, man, all you do is lose. All you do is going to take an L in life, because you can't beat a system that was set up just for us. You understand what I'm saying? And there's no justice in this. It's just us, because at the end of the day, the people who are judging you are not from your society. They're not from your neighborhood. They don't know you. All you are is a number and a suit to them. And when they pass down judgment on you, it's going to be a judgment that they're going that's going to benefit them, because they're getting rid of you. It's the 2 for 1. They put one in the grave, they put the other one in prison. That's just how it is, man. It's an eradication. Is the genocide of a race, and that's just how it is, man. But like you asked me a question, what can I do? I feel that I'm more mature. I understand what I've done. I have remorse for what I've done, the things that I've done, because I've committed crimes against society, yes, but the things that I've done, I've been accountable for. I did my time for, and the youth that come in here today, I try to gravitate to them so I could show them the ropes, show them how they could survive, how they could learn, how they could educate themselves, how they could get things going for themselves, and so that they won't put themselves back in a position such as this.
Yeah, I most definitely understand. So, as far as right now, we got what you felt like when you were sentenced. So, what do you think your release will feel like when we do get that?
I can't even comprehend, man. It's something that have evaded me for years to actually feel and
Mm.
understand. I told you, freedom is man's most valuable possession, and to lose that is to lose life itself. So once you regain that, it's something that one must appreciate, man. I only know what freedom is through you, Jed, the brothers that's been through my same situation and out there now. So you're like my eyes out there, you're my ears. I see things through your eyes. Whatever you see, I see, because you allow me to see those things, because you send back in. You show me what's going on out there. You bring me up to what's going on in the world out there. So it's different, man. I'm stuttering right now because I don't even know what it is, man. I don't even know how I would feel, what would happen, man. I just want to breathe fresh air, freedom air, not the stale, stagnant air that keeps circulating and germinating in here, the disease and infested places like this. So I'm talking about actual freedom, where I could able to sit down and eat a meal in the morning, where I could lay down and rest without having to have my eyes open. You know what I'm saying? Where I could see the world for what it is instead of what they want me to see. That's a different kind of freedom, man. I can't even tell you if I don't even know. I can't even express it. Matter of fact, it's inexpressible and nameless. There's no word for that. I can't even comprehend that. Hopefully, God willing, I attain that, because I think it's feasible. I think it's tangible. I think it's at my grasp, and it's just for me to reach out and get past it. But, I can't tell you that, Unique. That's a hell of a question. I never thought of it like that.
No, the reason why I asked you that is because I felt the same way, but I wanted you to express that to the listeners, because when they came to my door and they told me to give them an address, I cussed them out because I thought they was talking about an address to be transferred somewhere else. But when they told me that I was being released, I didn't want them to see the emotion that I had, so I cussed them out even further so they'll leave. As soon as they left, I fell to my knees and I said a prayer to God, and I thanked Him for finally answering my prayer after 26 years. You understand?
But listen,
Yeah.
listen, you pray to the right, you pray to the right entity, because that's worthy of a prayer. You got to understand, do you know the feeling of someone coming to your cell door, knocking on it, and tell you that you're being released into society, a society that shunned you, that made you an outcast. That's a very difficult thing for comprehend, to even understand at the moment. So it takes a time for it to sit in. So you experienced that, and that experience for you was real. You understand what I'm saying? So when it comes to me, I might be the one on my knees shedding a tear and blessing myself for being in a position where I'm able to utilize all the things that I've used, the understanding, the knowledge, the wisdom, over the years of suffering and turmoil and struggle, to really embrace what it is to be, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it takes a man to say what you've said, because most people still want to retain that tough image and say, man, when they came, I just rolled out. Nah, you fell on your knees, you said a prayer, you said, thank you, man. You understand what I'm saying? And that it takes a man to do that, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, man, I didn't want the case manager that came and brought me the news to see my emotion, because he's always been nasty because he was racist. You understand? So, I had to let him see exactly what you just said, just the tough image that he knew of me. He thought this was a chance for him to see me break down. You know what I mean? With this joyous news.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, because you got to understand, when things like that come, there's passion involved. You understand what I'm saying? And you have to shed that. You have to shed that second skin, man. I mean, 1 second, bro. 1 second.
All right, take your time. All right, so it is what it is, man. We here with Jimmy Fingers doing multiple life sentences plus 300 years. Been in since he's 22. He's now 58. You know, and we're just chopping it up, man. And it is what it is. We want you to understand that there's nothing easy about doing time, and that's why I say don't get involved. You don't want to get caught up, because it's easy to get in trouble and hard as hell to get out, man. You know, um, you know, it's just a rough time, and I just want you to hear from a man in the belly of the beast, so that you understand that this ain't the road to go, you know. And
okay, now, hey, Unique, I'm back. Listen, now this is what I want to tell you, man. What you said just now, man, about you have to get down on your knees and everything like that. You got to understand that a lot of men, they're so caught up with their pride and they're so egotistical that they don't understand that sometimes, man, when you mature and when you grow, and I'm talking about growth and development, and when you see things from a different perspective, when you analyze life in actuality, and you experience certain things, you have a tendency of knowing that there's something greater than us. You understand what I'm saying? But that doesn't change the fact that when you're placed in an environment where things are necessary, where you have to survive, you surmount so many different obstacles and hurdles, because you realize that, man, look, man, if you don't change, if you don't come around and say, man, you know what, man, I've been doing this for so many years, it's time for me to choose another path, because this path is not working. This is not working. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make the mental adjustments before the physical adjustments, because you got to understand that the body and the mind coincide. You can't have a deficiency in the mind or the body, because that causes an imbalance, and nature allows no such imbalance to exist. You understand what I'm saying? What we experience when we're sentenced at such a young age to that type of time is an imbalance in nature. Yes, we have to fight. We have to fight and knock down the time, keep chipping away at it till it's within range where we could see our freedom and our liberation at hand. But until then, you got to understand that these people just don't let you out. They don't let you out. You have to fight them. You have to show them that, look, man, I've improved. I've done things and I've accomplished things in here that I would have never done in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, these situations like this humble you. They humble you. And when you become humble, you start to look at all the different avenues, all the different. Matter of fact, you just got to sit down and analyze your whole disposition in regards to life, man. That's just what it is, man. We can't stay mentally stagnated forever. We can't stay 23, 24, 25 forever. We got to grow up. And with growth, you get opportunities that never presented themselves, because now the veil have been lifted from over your eyes and you're able to see clearly. You know what I'm saying? You have a tendency of having immaculate perception. Now you realize all the roads that you've traveled, man, you've taken a wrong path. Not to say that I don't knock dudes for what they do or how they live. That's on them. You understand what I'm saying? But when reality strike and they're in a situation where they're like, damn, man, they have to choose between freedom and life, that's a decision that's hard to make, man. So you got to know what you want or who you want to live for. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me ask you this. I'm glad you went there. You said the decision between freedom and life. Okay, now a lot of the youth that's out here breaking the law, and I'm telling them don't do it, it's not worth it. And I'm gonna do a mixtape, fingers, where I'm gonna have the young brothers send in their music and their videos, and I'm gonna pick the best 10, and I'm gonna put out a mixtape to try and get them exposure to get them a musical career. So I'm offering them back something now, which is a chance at a musical career. But now, these same young brothers that's telling these stories about our lives, you know, I told you that before, and I mentioned this before. They're telling about how if they get caught, they're telling they this and that. Now, you've been in there from you was 22, you get ready to be 50. Now, let me ask you this, you're fighting like hell to get out. Would you tell if you had the chance right now?
Man, don't even listen. No disrespect, man. Don't even ask me nothing like that.
Thank
man.
you.
That's inconceivable, man. That right there, man, is such a. I can't even tell you how I feel that you would even pose such a question as me. Me and you've been brethren forever, man, because that's unethical. There's no such thing as that. Listen, what you got to understand is this, Unique. When you make a decision in life to do what you do, you must live with the consequences. There's a such thing called accountability. You must be accountable for your actions. Don't do things if you have listen, don't do things if when the time comes and you get arrested and you're going to throw the weight on somebody else because you can't stand up and face the consequences that comes along with your actions, man. That's what you got to understand, man. Nobody does that. I don't even know where they get that from. These dudes talking about they doing this and they doing that, and next thing you know, when they get locked up, the first thing they do is go and they talk to the prosecution. They do some type of survey and everything. They go and they get what they call it, debriefed and everything like that, man. That's not nothing cool, man, because you got to understand that you're putting away somebody and taking somebody from their family, man. You actually putting a dude behind jail away from his kids, his loved ones, because you did something and committed a crime and you got caught and you can't take the consequences that comes along with the legality of what you've done, man. Nobody does that, man. I don't even know where they get that from, man. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, man, when it comes to stuff of that nature, man, that's Nah.
All right, pause. We ain't even got to go no further. We ain't going to go no further, and that's why I'm going to say this nationally. I just posed that question to you because a lot of people is out here on YouTube saying that there's only two type of men in prison, those that told and those that wish they told. We know that there is none. We're not ones that wish we told, and I apologize for even, hold on. I apologize for even posing that question at you, but I had to do it for the youth to hear it from a man that's inside still fighting for his freedom. I already won and obtained my freedom. So therefore, I don't want them to think that, oh, you saying that because you out here now. I'm letting you know that this the way I've always been, this way my brothers are. And, so that's why I brought the question to you. So again, I apologize, but I just wanted them to hear your answer while you're still in the belly of the beast.
Unique, let me tell you something, man. There's so many dudes in here, man, that would never ever do that. The dudes who are saying that there's only two type of men in here, I don't know where they get that from. They must be reading some hood novels or watching some kind of movies and stuff like that, but there's no truth in that whatsoever. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of dudes, man, one thing we can know, we could stand up and look in the mirror and see a man. When our kids see us, they're proud of us. You understand what I'm saying? One thing we could do, we know that we stand on the bed of our foundation of principles that we won't compromise for no one. So for dudes to say that there's two type of men living in and those who don't even know, the ones who hold it.
Hold on, your phone breaking up. Hold on. Run that back. Your phone breaking up. When you said there's two type of men, your phone was breaking up. Run that back.
You said, okay, hold on. You just said that the people on the kids out there saying that there's two type of men in prison, right?
No, I'm saying just repeat that. Just repeat what you said because the phone was breaking up. You was doing excellent. Go ahead, say that over again. The last thing you said.
Okay, I said, this is what I said, man. I said that for dudes to be out there thinking that there are two type of men in jail, right? That's unethical. There's guys in here, man, who would never, ever, ever, even if their freedom depended on it, tell on nobody to get out of jail, because what it is that what you're doing is you're taking another person away from his family, his kids, and his loved ones. You're taking somebody to go to jail, prison for you because of something you've done, because you don't want to be accountable for your actions. You know, when you get out there thugging and doing what you're doing and you get caught, guess what? You got to eat that, man. You got to take that L. You don't bring nobody down with you, man. So you saying that people are saying there's two type of men in prison, ones who told and the others that wish they were told. That's, I don't even know where they get that from. That's a fib. You know what I'm saying? There are three type of men, though. One who governs himself, the second who is governed by others, and a third who is neither governed himself or is governed by others, but bends men to his will and defies their elements. Those are the type of men that are out there, though. The two that they're describing, I've never heard of that.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. I come out here and it's like a whole new world when I'm hearing dudes talking about, man, if I get caught, I'm telling, I'm doing me, I'm doing that. I'm like, whoa, where did this come from? And this is the majority. I'm the minority out here, and I'm the bad guy because I didn't tell and I stood on my bedrock, foundational principles. You know, that's what this turned to out here now over the decades we've been going.
Well, what you got to understand is that, a lot of that stems from because these guys or whoever's saying that don't have no role models. They don't have no men in their life to give them guidance and direction, to show them the truth of what it is to be a man. Just because you're born with the male genitals, that don't make you a man. Your ways and actions must coincide with what you vocalize out your mouth. That's what makes you a man. You feel me? And that's what dudes got to understand, man.
So, that's what it is, man. But, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I don't want to give them too much and I don't want to be on here too long. But tell them where they could, follow you at and find you at so that they know.
Well, I don't know, because I heard that people made a gram, an Instagram for me and everything like that. I'm unable to see it and everything like that. But
I got it. I got it, and I'll post the link up so that they could see it.
Exactly. But I heard that there's good men out there like Unique, and I named a few, Lou and Jed and everything, and they said that they put together some type of page for me and everything like that, So I send some quotes to them through the email system that we have here in the BOP, and they post it for me and stuff. So, you just need to go on there and check it out and read some of the things that's on there, man, and see what it is all about, because at the end of the day, it's liberation, it's freedom, and that's what I'm fighting for, and that's what I'm trying to attain. Everything else is obsolete. That's the main focus and the goal in this. So thank you, Unique. I appreciate it, man. You be easy, man, and make sure that you are, let them know what's going on with me, man. Put me out there, man.
No, what I'm going to do is, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put your address, your name and number, and your address up there, and I'm going to encourage the brothers that's out here rapping, saying, we kept it hard, we kept it official, you know what I mean? All that they could at least send you a letter or even a note that just said, keep your head up, stay strong, just to show you and give you that support. Because I know what it's like to hear your name at mail call and to see somebody tell you that they rooting for you. I'm going to make sure we do that. And y'all could DM him. Y'all could DM him, running the page, and he will respond. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, so, man, you could just put, like I said, man, put it out there, man. I heard, like I said, family members and guys like you have something out there you put up for me and everything like that. I heard it's beautiful, but I'm going to keep sending you the quotes to put up there and everything, man. I'm not able to see it and stuff like that, but, I heard it's beautiful, man, and it's me. That's me. It's really me. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it, man. I got to go, man. The phone about to hang up. We don't got that much time to be on it, man, so it's going to hang up.
Okay, so this is beautiful, man. So you just met my man, Jimmy Fingers. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow Jimmy. I'm going to put his Instagram up there, and I'm going to put it, we're starting to change.org. Once I start the change.org, I want everybody in the sound of my voice to sign his petition to rally for my brother's freedom, because that's what this is all about, all right? Being that I'm out here, I didn't forget my good brothers behind. And y'all say that you respect what I'm doing. Well, let's get my brother out here so he could join me on this seat, and he could thank you personally for helping to get him out, like I'm thanking all of y'all that signed my change.org, and we're going to do the same thing for my brother Jimmy. So let's give Jimmy a round of applause. You know what I mean? We're gonna get Jimmy a round of applause. The applause is going off right now, Jimmy. The audience is going off. But I'm gonna let you go, man. Thank you. Text me your name and address so I can put it up on the video. I'm gonna stop doing what I'm doing right now and edit this video and get it ready for this week. All right, big bro?
Okay, you be easy, man. And to all the good men and women out there, man, y'all continue to do what you do, man, and strive for perfection. You understand what I'm saying? This is coming from the real, man. Be easy, man. One love, Jam.
All right.
Hi guys, welcome to Platinum Cuisines. We're located in Freeport on the Nautical Mile. Just wanted to introduce my partner, Amy.
Hi guys, how are you? And this is my sister-in-law, Diana, another partner. I just ask that you come support our minority-owned business. We serve Asian fusion, Caribbean cuisine, and we have a beautiful restaurant located on the Nautical Mile in Freeport, New York. And we're asking that you come check us out and also make sure to tune in to Mecca Audio TV.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
What?
Fresh out the can of 26,
yeah.
He back on the strip, getting back in the mix.
Yeah.
What he mentions a gift.
Right.
You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this.
Real.
Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit.
Yeah.
Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn.
Real.
Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw in Uptown. Baby horn Uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in Uptown, he gon' finish there. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the road men.